All right, lovely humans. I hope everybody's good this morning. It is election day. I did promise you we would take a look at the Electoral College map. So I do have that loaded up for us to take a look at. We'll look at it now. We'll look at it at the end and see what's going on. Jonathan, I see your hand. What's your question, buddy?
It's not my question. It's just this morning it's like a little bit after my grandpa woke up and turned on the news, I heard like Donald Trump was winning so far.
Well, nobody's winning so far, Jonathan. It's 9 in the morning. Whoever told you that is hoping that's what's happening, but we won't know anything till at least tonight for sure. A lot of you asked me that in your journal. When would we know? And the answer to that is there will probably be a prediction tonight, but it probably won't be an official thing until at least tomorrow morning. Unless all those, remember how we talked about those swing states, those battleground states that sometimes they swing to the blue side and sometimes they swing to the red side? If some of those are really, really clear, like if either one of them wins Florida really clear, they could call it a little earlier. Really, we're going to have to wait until tomorrow really to know for sure. And sometimes it takes longer than just tomorrow. So, but we will take a look at it as I promised. We have our assignments to look at this morning. We're going to do some more division. You guys did so good with that division yesterday. I was way impressed with you. I was prepared for a battle. So let's take a look at how we did on our assignments yesterday. Basically, it was like the best day we've had in a long time of turning in assignments, you guys. I was so impressed. Bentley, I did your math with you. I wish you had turned it in because that would have put us at an even better number. But look at this. I got everything from Aaliyah, Amara, Ashton, Amy, Brandon, Braxton, Christian, Daniel, Hade, Haiti, Jonathan, Jose, Leo, Maddie, Montserrat, Natalie, Polo, Valeria, Wyatt. I got nothing from Michael and nothing from Billy. And Billy, I was only missing your math. So that's 3. 22 minus 3 gives us
19.
19. You guys haven't had a 19 in a while. I was so proud of you yesterday. Let's see if we can keep it going today. Excellent work, you guys. So we had 19 of us turn everything in yesterday, which is a splendid way to start the morning.
Marbles, please.
Oh, Maddie, yes. Maddie, we can have marbles. I gave you 1 for your 17 yesterday. I just did it after class.
It was that one.
What's up, Jonathan?
It was me who said the marbles.
What?
It was me who said the marbles, please.
It was you who said the marbles. I know Maddie texted me. Sorry, I was reading the chat. I'm going to give you 3 for your 19, though. 1, 2, 3. They look so sad in there now after they had so many friends before, don't they? Yeah, but we'll get back there. We'll get back there. All right, so there are your 4 marbles that are chilling in there. We are going to take a look at today's assignments. I was reading journals. Jonathan, I need you to actually write your journal, not what you turned in. So I returned it back to you so you could do it correctly for me. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I went down the wormhole here. Brandon, good morning, Brandon. All right, now I'm missing Amara, Amy, Billy, Leo, right? Okay. Jose, I got your chat. I'm just glad you're here. We'll work on the rest later. Thinking. You guys have enough on your Google Classroom now. My videos returned. Remember how yesterday we lost those videos? Or I did. I found them again. All right, today we've got our Zoom meeting. We've got a journal to write your journals about our discussion about the election last week. For math today, we're doing more division. It's just a little bit bigger. You do have a PE workout with Mr. Seaver today. This one's totally different. He changed it up on you. He calls it a body weight workout because that means that you don't need anything else to do the workout. You don't need your stretchy bands. You don't need your milk jugs. All you need is the weight of your own body. So it's just a little bit different so you don't get bored. We do have a workout from Mr. Seaver today. One thing that I want to bring up, you guys, is on your reflection, when it asks you what was the name of an exercise, you can't tell me jugs. Jugs is not an exercise. Jugs is your weights. So when it says what's the name of an exercise you liked best, you have to actually think of the name of something that Mr. Seaver has you do, a specific exercise. If you can't remember the name of it, then you got to describe what it was that you were doing. Okay, remember in writing this, you're trying to prove to me that you actually watched and did the workout. So if you just say stretchy bands, no, that's not an exercise. You got to be specific. Okay. Some of us are still turning that in, not complete. So you want to make sure it's complete so you can get all 10 points. And then you have chapter 11 of Harry Potter to read today. So that's 4 things, just like normal: journal, math, PE, Harry Potter. Good?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I wanted to tell you one more exciting thing before we look at that electoral college map, which is that most likely last night your family got a phone call. And that phone call was from Mrs. Wright. And in that phone call, Mrs. Wright announced an official start date back at school.
Yeah, my mom got it.
See those cheer hands. Natalie's like, so here's what Mrs. Wright announced yesterday, which is, we have a week off for Thanksgiving, right? We always have that week of Thanksgiving off from school. So our return date to school is going to be the Monday after that Thanksgiving break off. Okay. Now there are lots and lots of things that have to get worked out between now and then. We just had a staff meeting yesterday to try to work out some of the details, like how do we make sure only 3 kids are in the bathroom at the same time? Lots of different things that have to get worked out. But that's our job, not yours.
When are we going back to school?
2 weeks.
I'll get to that, Michael, because I just said it, but I'll repeat it again.
November 16th.
So we have the week of Thanksgiving off. The Monday after that, which is November 30th, that's a Monday. That'll be our first return date back to school. Now, this is the AB thing that we've been talking about, right? Where half of us are going to come to school Monday, Tuesday, and half of us are come to school Thursday, Friday. And we'll be on Zoom together all day. Not all day, but like we are now on Wednesdays. Okay. We've spent some time talking about it. We've worked out a lot of it, but there's a lot more information to come. The biggest question for me is in the email that we got and the phone call that you guys got, there's Mrs. Wright talks about the week before Thanksgiving break is supposed to be orientation week, which is supposed to give us teachers time in the classroom to get stuff set up, because as you can imagine, my classroom is not ready for you to walk into it right now because we didn't know what we're preparing for. So I've got to make sure that all the stuff is there for you. Everything's ready, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if we are still doing Zoom that week or not. I have to clarify that today with Mrs. Wallace and Mrs. Wright. Okay. But so the week after Thanksgiving vacation is supposed to be our return to school day, officially announced by Superintendent Wright. So I hope that makes you excited, because it sure made me excited last night. I was jumping around in my kitchen. So I'm going to make sure that everything is ready for us when we get back. I'm going to make that classroom the most exciting place you've ever been. It's going to be fabulous. I'm already trying to work out some logistical things but they can't all touch that. So how am I going to do that? So that's what I stay in bed at night and wonder about. Daniel, you're already at school. Wouldn't you rather be in our classroom than that one?
You should just put sticky notes everywhere where it says you can't touch what and what.
I know. We're gonna have to go over all those issues, Braxton. Lots.
Not able to touch this or that. Not able to touch the walls or the good.
Don't lick the walls. No, that'd be bad.
You
So that is an exciting development in our lives. I can't wait to actually see you in real school instead of little boxes on my screen. So pretty fun. Good morning, Amara. All right, so this morning we've got some math to practice first. So I need you to find your math notebook and get that out. We do have Mr. Michael joining us today at 10:03.
I thought we were going to look at.
What's up, Braxton?
I thought we were going to look at that.
Oh yeah, forgot to do the math for you. Hold on. So, hold on a second. So voting opens, or the election places open, you guys, in most states at 7 o'clock in the morning. So in California, the election spots have been open now for about 2 hours. Now, you guys know that it's a different time in different states because of time zones. So in New York right now, it's 12 o'clock. So in New York, on the East Coast of the country, they've been able to vote for 5 hours now. So they're going to have more votes on the East Coast already in than they're going to have over where we live on the West Coast. But last time I looked, they still weren't calling any states in either direction, but that could have changed while I was sitting here talking to you. So hold on. Okay, can you see my map or my screen there? Okay, so remember that they have to get 270 electoral college votes to win, right? Remember we talked about the electoral college for a long time last week. You can see on the map, you can see all the different states, Washington, Oregon, California. If we knew our states, we would know this better. And you can see that none of them have been called in either direction. So Jonathan, when whoever said that so-and-so is winning, nobody's winning yet. Because no state has been called. And the reason for that is they don't have enough votes in for the states to say for sure, either our state voted for this person or our state voted for this person. It's going to take a little while for those votes to come in. You can see it tells you how many votes have come in from each state, and what they're saying here is, hey, we haven't counted it yet. But we will look at it again when we're done with class today, and we'll see if they've called any states. Like I said, the ones that are going to get called first are the ones over on the east side of the country. And it's not going to be the swing states, Pennsylvania and Florida and Georgia. Those guys we're going to have to wait till late tonight or probably tomorrow to find out who's going to win those. But for right now, it's all up for grabs. Nobody's got any electoral college votes.
What's the video?
Say it again. Braxton,
What's that video right there?
I don't know. I'm not clicking on it. All right. So we are going to do some math, and then we'll check back at our map. And then we're going to read a little bit of that story that we looked at the video about yesterday. Then Mr. Michael will be here, and then we'll take one more look at the map before we log off. Okay? And we'll look at it again tomorrow morning when we probably will know what happened. Okay? I'm going to remind you during all of our election discussion that you need to keep personal to yourself who you think should win, whether you're excited or disappointed or whatever it is about who wins. You have to keep those feelings.
Michael just didn't listen.
Michael's getting removed from the meeting. So, just like I have an opinion as to who should win, but I'm not going to share that with you, I need you guys to do the same. Okay? Otherwise, you'll be removed from the meeting too. All right? You ready? All right, let's do some math. Here we go. All right, I'm going to find my math notebook because I didn't get it out yet. So I need you to find your math notebook and get that out. All right, I like to get out today's math so I remember how big it gets. Here we go. Okay, yesterday we kind of skipped part of our math assignment, which was to check our answers. So today we're going to make sure that we spend a little time talking about that too. Okay, so we're going to do some more division, and we're going to look at that check thing that it had that we didn't do last night because we ran out of time. All right, I'm turning to the next blank page in my math notebook, as are you. And we need to give our page a title. So yesterday I said big division. Today my title is going to be big Earth division. We're going to put our date on it, which is 11/3/2020. And I'm going to give you a second because I see some of us still flipping pages in notebooks, and I'm going to answer Amy's mom's text message. Amy's at the dentist. There we go. Okay. Are you ready? Yes? Okay, if you don't have a times table, you're going to need one of those to survive today too. I'm going to get mine out here on my screen for you. Nice and big. There we go. Okay, I am ready. Are you ready? Yes? Head nods, thumbs up. We're live? Yeah? All right, here we go. Our first made up math problem, because I'm really good at making up math problems, you guys, is going to be 129 divided by 51. 129 divided by 51. Okay, before we get going, what is a difference that you notice between today's and yesterday's? Maddie, what do you notice is different?
3-digit number.
It's a 3-digit number, so it just got a little bit bigger on us, right? We're not going to freak out. We're not going to cry. We're all going to be okay. We got this. You ready? Same steps we followed yesterday. First number goes inside. So I'm going to put my first number inside. Okay. And now I'm trying to make groups of 51. Now, yesterday we had a little bit of a rocky beginning with those groups of 22. Remember that? It was like chunka, 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 chunka. But we got it. We got it. And you guys ended up doing a fabulous job on your homework last night. So I'm not worried. So let's take a look. We're going to follow the same exact steps that we followed yesterday. We're going to look at one number at a time. So the first number I see there is a 1. If I'm trying to make groups of 51, can I do anything with 1? No. I see Montserrat shaking her head at me. Daniel says yes. Most people are telling me no. So if I've got 1 disc, I cannot make any groups of 51. So I'm going to put a 0 up there to say nope, I cannot make any groups of 51. If I scoot over 1 more, I see now I've got 12. All right. Trying to make groups of 51 and I've got 12 discs. Can I make any groups?
No.
No, I see a lot of no's. I can't do anything with 12. But if I move over 1 more, now I've got 129. Now I can make some groups. Now, some of us are good at estimating in our heads and figuring out how many groups that would be. A lot of us are not. So I told you yesterday that my piece of advice to you is to start with 5. Because if I start with 5, I know whether I need to go up or down. If you're a person who can eyeball that and guess how many groups you should have in there, do you have to start with 5? No. But for about 75% of us, just starting with 5 is a good place to be for right now, okay? So I'm going to multiply this mini problem. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, can I use this? Yes or no? Can I use 255?
No.
No, I see lots of people telling me no. So I can't use 5. So I need to make it smaller. Do I need to make it a lot smaller or a little bit smaller?
A lot smaller.
Okay, so let's try 3. Let's try 51 times 3. Remember yesterday I told you not to erase those mini problems. If you do 5 and you decide you don't want to use 5, that's cool. Just leave it there. Later in the week, you'll find out why. All right, so 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. Can I use this? Can I use 153 or no?
No.
No, too big. Still too big. So let's try 51 times 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. I got 102. Can I use that? Yep, okay. So I'm going to put my 2 up. I'm going to put my 102 down. I'm going to subtract without messing up. Hopefully. 9 minus 2 is 7. 2 minus 0 is 2. Yesterday, Jonathan and I and a couple other people in office hours were talking about one check that you want to always make sure you're paying attention to, which is that your remainder, your leftovers, should always be smaller than the groups you're trying to make. Because if I ended up with more than 51 leftovers, then I could have made another group of 51. So you always want to look at that remainder and make sure it's smaller. Am I good in this case? Yes, Maddie, I need your attention this way, honey. Okay, so my remainder is going to be 27. My answer is going to be 2, remainder 27. Okay, no harder than yesterday, except that the numbers are a little bit bigger. I won't die. I'm going to be okay. But there was that step that we were supposed to do last night on our homework that we skipped yesterday because we were really only able to get through that division yesterday. So the directions on your homework say to check using multiplication, and here's how we're going to do it. I want to clarify, guys, that this is my answer to my division problem. This is the answer. What I'm about to do is to just check my answer, and there are 2 steps. Okay, we're going to write them down because you guys are going to forget them. Step one, we're going to multiply the answer times the outside number. I know I write faster than you, so I'm going to wait for a second. You want to make sure you're writing this down because you're going to forget. Happens every year. Okay, we're going to multiply the answer times the outside number. Step one. You ready? Step two. To answer Amy's mom. Step two, add the remainder. Now they're going to ask you to do something similar to this on the test we're going to take at the end of this module. So I want to make sure we can all do it so that when it comes time to do it on the test, we can do it. So we're going to practice this. So step one says multiply the answer times the outside number. So here's my answer. My answer is 2. And my outside number is 51. Everybody sees those two numbers I need? I need my outside number and I need my answer. Yes, we're okay? Okay, so I'm going to do 51 times 2. Okay, so here's step 1. 51 times 2. Okay, so this is a pretty simple multiplication problem. I'm pretty sure I can do it. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. I got 102, which is the same thing I got there, which is good news. Now, the second thing I'm supposed to do is add the remainder. So I'm going to take my 102. And what was my remainder, you guys?
Your remainder was 27.
It was 27. Okay, so I'm going to add my remainder. Okay. And I've got 9, 2, 1. If I did all this right, what I should do is end up with the number that was on the inside. It should match. Okay, so I have 129 here and I have 129 there. Okay, it's just a way of checking to make sure you didn't mess up. Okay, easy?
Yeah.
This is not my answer. My answer is not 129. My answer to this problem is 2 remainder 27. This is just my way of checking to make sure I got it right. And I kind of proved to myself I got it right because I have 129 here and I have 129 here. Okay, we're going to practice that again. Don't worry. Are you ready to go on to another one?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. All right, I'm going down my page and I'm going to make up a really good one for you. It's going to be 273 divided by 36. 273 divided by 36. This division would have scared us a couple weeks ago, but we got it now. So let's give it a whirl. My first number is going to go inside. 273 divided by 36. All right, I'm going to look at one number at a time. I want you to tell me with your thumb, can I make any groups out of 2? Yes or no? Can I make any groups out of 2? No, I need 36 and I've only got 2. Okay, so that's not going to work. We're moving on. Okay, remember that you've got to get a number above every number, so you've got to have that 0 there. What about 27? Can I make any groups out of 27? Show me with your thumb. I should see everybody's thumbs telling me an answer. Can I make any groups out of 27? Yes, no, maybe so. I see lots of no's. You're right. 27 is not enough. All right, so now I've got 273. All right, let's try 5. You ready? Here we go. We're going to do 36 times 5. Okay, I'm taking my training wheels off of you. I want you to chat me. What is that? What is 36 times 5? Let me open up my chat window so I can see you. All right, go, 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 go. see lots of the same answer. That's a good sign. 36 times 5. Amara, I knew what you meant. All right, I see a lot of you who are telling me 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17, 18. A lot of you are telling me it's 180. Now, 180 sounds good. Seems like I could use it. It's not too big, but remember that we have to find the number that's the biggest we can get. If I made a mistake and I used 180, watch what would happen, you guys. 180, and I would subtract. 3 take away 0 is 3. I need to borrow here. 17 take away 8 is 9. Look at my remainder.
Holy.
You see how it's 93? It's an okay remainder, except that it's bigger than my 36. You see the problem there, right? If I had 93 leftovers, I could have made some more groups of 36 out of those leftovers, right? So that's where you want to kind of look at that remainder and make sure that you didn't pick a number that's too small. Okay, you always kind of want to keep going with your mini problems until it gets too big, and then you'll know you found the right one. So let's try 36 times 6. Let's try making this a little bit bigger. 36 times 6. Can you chat me that one? What's 36 times 6? Bentley, good job. Hade says she wants to do 36 times 7. Go for it, Hade. 36 times 6. What do you get? I see lots of times tables in action. I see you working. Come on, Braxton. There he goes. I got Amara and Haiti. They agree. It's always a good sign.
Miss Tyner,
Maddie.
last year, I don't know if Zoom updated or if you did it, but last year we were allowed to chat to each other privately.
Yeah, I know. I took that away from you. I still love you though. I can make it so you can talk to the whole group, but I made it private on office hours because you guys always want to text me your answers in office hours. And sometimes you accidentally tell everybody your answer. All right, 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21. I got 216, which is what most of you sent me. Bentley, good job this morning. Okay, 216. That'll work, but I'm going to check 7. Hade, did you already check 7? What'd you get, Hade?
I got 252.
252? Let's see. 6 times 7 is 42. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I agree with you. 252.
And that's
Should we
the
try
lowest
8? Should we check 8, or do you think this is good?
This is going to be good because if you add 36 to 50, it would equal 86.
It'd be too
Plus
big.
2
So
is
Maddie's estimating in her head, and she thinks it's going to be too big. I agree with her. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 3 is 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So that is too big. 8 maxes us out. Too big. Thanks, Wyatt. So I got a backup one, and I'm going to use 7. So I'm going to say it's 7, and that's 252. And I'm going to subtract. 3 take away 2 is 1. 7 take away 5 is 2. Is my remainder okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in the clear here, right? I'm okay? All right, so my answer is going to be 7, remainder 21. Okay, now on my homework tonight, and your check is worth a point tonight on your homework. So if you just don't check any of them, I'm going to take away a point on each one. So you want to make sure that you remember to do that, okay? So my check, remember we've got 2 steps. The first thing I'm going to do is multiply my answer times my outside number. So here I go, 36 times 7. You should know what 36 times 7 is because I just did it right here. See it? It's right there. It's the same problem. Okay, so we want to make sure we get the same thing.
Okay.
2, 21, 25. Okay, good. I got the same thing right there, right? Now, what was the second thing I had to do to check? I had to multiply them, and then what did I have to do, you guys?
You have to add the remainder.
Add the remainder. So I'm going to take my 252, and I'm going to add my remainder, which was 21. It's my second step. 3, 7, 2. And I want my checked answer to match my inside number. And if it does, chances are I got it right. bada bing, bada boom. Do you feel better about division today than you did yesterday? Let me
Yeah.
rephrase that. Do you feel better about division today than you did in the first couple minutes of yesterday's math lesson where I thought we were all going to die? Yeah. Oh,
No.
good. Oh, good. Lots of smiles on that one. All right, we're going to put one more in our notebook, and then we'll practice on whiteboards a little bit before we switch gears for this morning, okay? I'm going to make this one a little harder. Are you going to be okay? Yeah. Daniel says absolutely not. Natalie says no way. Let's try it. Here we go. This is harder than your homework. Well, there's one on your homework where you have to do this. All right, here we go. 428 divided by 32. 428 divided by 32. We're going to check this. On your homework, there's a little spot where it says check to remind you. Okay, I'm going to set this up like I've done all the others. I'm going to put my first number inside. 428. Okay, everybody ready? I see some people still writing and looking. Okay, I'm going to look at my first number. Can I do anything with this 4? Trying to make groups of 32. Can I do anything with this 4?
Nope.
Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so that's a no. All right, I'm going to move over a number, and I see a 42. Can I do anything with this 42?
Yes.
I can. Okay, so this is different, right? On all the other ones, we had to keep going all the way to the third number, but on this one, I can do something with 42. Now, let me ask you, how many groups of 32 could I make out of 42 discs? If you picture those 42 discs, how many groups could I make?
1.
1. Braxton says 1. How many would be left over? Think about it. Think about kindergarten. If you had 42 and you circled 32, how many are left?
10.
10.
10. Okay. A lot of us can do that in our heads. If you can't, that's okay. You just do what Miss Tyner says, which is try 5. Okay, so we're going to try 5.
Oh, man.
I know. When you do this by yourself, you don't have to do it my way. But here we go. We're just going to try it, follow all the steps so everybody can follow along with us. Okay, Braxton? So 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1 makes 16. Now I'm trying to make 42. And this is 160. Way too big. I'm going to jump all the way down to 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, can I use 2 groups? Does this
No.
work? Yes or no?
No.
No. Why not, Maddie?
Because it's double what you need it to be.
It's too big. I only have 42. So if 2 is too big, sometimes people get stuck here. If 2 is too big, I'm going to use
1.
1. Now, some people like to still multiply that out. They like to go, okay, 2 is too big. I'm going to do 32 times 1. You're welcome to do this, but I want to promise you that it's always going to be the same number. Promise you don't have to spend time doing this, but some people just really like to follow all the rules all the way. So 32. So I'm going to make one group that's going to use 32 discs. And you guys told me with your incredible brains just a minute ago that that would leave me with 10 leftovers. And you were right. Okay, so now I have to bring down my 8. We haven't had to bring anything down yet on this math because it's just been one number on the top, but we know how to do this. So now I've got 108. Now I keep telling you not to erase these mini problems, and here's where it's going to start being important. If you had done the 5 and erased it, and done the 2 and erased it, now that I have 108, I have to start all over again. But because you left those there, I have a good place to start. I can see that 5 groups is too big because 160 is too big. I know that 2 will work, but I'm pretty sure I could get closer to 108. So I'm going to try 3. 32 times 3. 6. 96. 96 is pretty close to 108. So I'm going to do 3.
That's
If my remainder ends up too big, then I'll know I have to go back and do 4 groups, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be 3.
And that's the highest you can get, because if you add 32 to that,
Mhm.
that will be higher than.
All right, 8 take away 6 is 2. 10 take away 9 is 1. So my answer is 13, remainder 12. Everybody still alive? Just made it one step harder. Everybody's still alive. You actually have none on your homework that are that hard. All of them are as easy as the ones you were doing before. All right, so let's do our check. Remember that for our check, we need to multiply our answer times our outside number. When you forget that today, you're going to look back at your notes and find it there. So I'm going to do 32 times 13. Now, some of us still like to forget our placeholders, so this could be a little rocky. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope for the best. So 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Placeholder. 1 times 2
12.
1 times 3 is 3. What's up, Braxton?
I thought it was 12 remainder. Oh, never mind.
Did you switch numbers around in your brain?
Yeah.
Happens to me. All right, I'm going to add up my partial products. I've got 6, 11, 4. Okay, what's my second step? What do I have to do now?
Now you have to add the remainder.
Okay, my remainder was 12. And hopefully I'm going to end up with 428. 6 plus 2 is 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 4. And my answers match. So chances are I did it right. Woo-hoo! All right, let's do a couple on whiteboard so you can hold them up to me so I can see them. Okay, because I really like to see what you're doing. It helps me figure out where we're at. So I need you to find your whiteboard, your marker, your eraser. Guys, I'm going to have to get a new math notebook pretty soon.
Why don't you go over there where the window's open?
Which animal are you talking to, Maddie?
My cat. I seriously opened the window for her so she could feel some air on her face, and I'm freezing in here, and she's not sitting where the window's open.
Montserrat's cat is all about math today too, huh, Montserrat? All right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. All right, are you ready? Yes, we moved, we're good, we got our whiteboards, we're ready. Billy, I want you to make sure that all those papers get in your binder, okay? Don't leave them in that envelope, they need to go in your binder, okay?
Go over here, Rosie, it's okay.
All right, are we ready?
Oh, she probably sees honey or something. Is that why you don't want to be right there? She sees the other animals.
Maddie and her cat, here we go. All right, Miss Heiner's making this one up. You know I'm only going to give you a little time to do it, so you better be on top of it. Are you ready? Yes? Are you sure? Are you positive? I'm sure my whiteboard's sideways. All right, here it is. We're gonna do 319 divided by 47. 319 divided by 47. All right, you're off on your own. If you finish before I call it, see if you can get the check done too before I call your time. I'm going to be doing the problem on here. If you need help, you're going to look up and get help. If you don't need help, don't peek. See if you can get all the way to the right answer all by yourself. Okay, if you need help, it's here. Okay, here we go. I'm doing mine up here. If you don't want my help, don't look. Going really slow, give you a head start. Okay. Get it before I call you time. Let's see. Hey, if you're stuck, I'm showing you which way to go. If you think you got your answer, you can send it to me in the chat. I don't know what the answer is though, so I won't know if you're right. Remember, don't erase those mini problems, leave them there. those there for a minute. I think you got it. Send it to me. Check, make sure I didn't mess up. Good job. Remember, if you need help, there's help up on the screen. You can check your mini problems if you need to. Bentley, I need you to do math, hon. The only person not functioning. All right, I got Amara's answer. I see lots of people flipping pages and times tables. Good work. I got Christian's answer. Amara and Christian, you agree. That's a good sign. Either you're both wrong or you're both right. Okay, I'm giving you one more minute. Ooh, Brandon agrees too. Polo, I see you working hard over there today. Good work, sir. Jonathan, I'm waiting on your answer. You're over there having a party, but I don't have an answer from you. Ooh, Wyatt, I got yours. Good job, Wyatt. Good job, Betty. All right, if you're finished, try the check. See if you can do the check by yourself. Maddie. Can't remember if I said yours out loud. Thank you, Maddie. Polo, rocking it, Polo. Good job.
I did the check also.
Good, Rex. Katie, I got yours. Great job, you guys. You all agree. Montserrat too. Very good, you guys. Those of us working hard and functioning, you are doing a great job. All right, let's take a look. So I started with 5 because that's Miss Tyner's life advice. So I started with 5 and it would work because it was small, but I figured it was too small. So I tried 6 and I got 282. And then I tried 7 and 7 was too big because 7 made 329 and I only had 319. So I had to back up to 6. So I used 6. I'm going to put my 6 up here. I'm going to put my 282 down here, and I'm going to subtract. Okay, the subtraction is what gets us. Remember me telling you when we were working on subtraction earlier this year that when we get to division, it's going to be the subtraction that gets you? Here we are. 9 take away 2 is 7. I can't take 8 from 1. So 11 take away 8 is 3. So the answer that almost everybody texted me, actually everybody who sent an answer said the same thing. 6, remainder 27. Fabulous work. Okay, how would I check this? We've got 2 steps to check. The stick gods want Wyatt to tell me. Wyatt, how would I check this? Braxton, how would I check this? I can't find Wyatt.
You do your 47 times 4. Oh, 6. 6.
I need by 2 numbers. I need my answer number and I need my outside number, right? So I'm going to multiply 47 times 6, which I just did right here. Look, 47 times 6. So hopefully I get 282. 6 times 7 is 42. 24 plus 4 makes 28. Oh, good. Good news. And then what's the second step, Braxton?
You do 282 plus 37.
27. Oh, guys, how come you didn't correct me? 37. First mistake of the day. Only 4 more to go, guys. So,
And which equals 319.
let's see, 11, 319, and this matches that, so I am good to go. All right, we're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna read a story about a dog. Are you ready? One more? Okay, here we go. One more. All right, you're doing a great job this morning. Here you go. Thanks, Amara. Amara now tells me my remainder is wrong. Thank you. All right, here we go. Let's try one more. Let's do 227 divided by 33. 227 divided by 33. Okay, we're gonna do it the same way we did last time. Okay, I'm gonna put help up here if you need it. If you don't want help, don't peek. Okay, just don't look at that screen. See if you can make it all the way. You ready? 227 divided by 33. You guys are rocking this division today. I'm very proud of you. Come on, Jonathan, come with me. Maddie, you talking to me? What's up?
Yeah, when it's time to read our story, will you answer a question that I have about it?
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna remember that my first number goes inside. 33 outside. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for a second so you can get a head start on it. Hopefully you've made it past where I have. Remember, you can check your mini problems if you need to and look up and see, does mine match Mrs. Tyner's? Did I fall off a cliff? Did Miss Tyner make her second mistake of the day? All right, I got Amara's answer. If you think you got the answer, send it to me. You can check. Jonathan, I need you to put whatever that is away, please. I have things to do besides babysit you. Get your math done, please.
Uh-oh.
I got yours, Maddie. I got yours. How do you check your subtraction on your remainder?
Rose.
To be fair, Hade, I don't know the answer. I'm just looking at Maddie's and Amara's. Oh, now Haiti threw a curveball in there. Haiti's got a different remainder. I don't know about you ladies. Why did I call on you? You didn't answer me. Where were you?
I got frozen for some reason. Everyone just got frozen.
That's fair. All right, you've got 1 minute left on my timer that's inside my head. Come on, Daniel. Come on, Daniel. Only got 4 answers from you people. Oh, 5. Oh, Brandon threw another curveball. I've got 5 people and 4 different answers.
That's not good.
Oh, Jonathan agrees with 2 other people. I think that might be the tiebreaker, Jonathan. That's why I need you paying attention to what we're doing. Oh, Christian agrees too. It's looking more and more like we have a winner here, you guys.
Come here. Easy. I want to pet you.
Oh, Montserrat too. I'm going to go with this one. I'm going with this as the winner, you guys. Okay, I tried 5 and then I tried 6 and then 7 was too big. So I went back to 6. I would love for you to hold your beautiful whiteboard up for me and let me see it in front of my beautiful screen so I can see what you did. If you're not done, that's okay. Just show me what you had. Let me just see math. I miss seeing math written in kid handwriting. There we go. Oh, it brings me so much happiness and joy. Oh, we're looking good. Oh, you guys, it looks like real math. It's so
Miss
cute.
Tyler,
Yeah, Maddie.
if you forget seeing math, why don't you just look at your child's math?
Oh, that's a little different of a scene. How many apples are on the page? Okay, 5 was too small. 6 I thought might be too small, but 7 was too big, so I had to back up and use 6. So I saw a lot of you put a 6 up here. I saw you write down 198. Now, almost everybody had a 6 as their answer. It was the remainder that got a little funky. So when your remainder is funky, either your mini problem was off. So check at that mini problem and make sure that 33 times 6, you got 198. Or your subtraction messed you up. So let's see if you can figure out what it was that you messed up if you didn't get that same answer. 17 minus 8 is 9. I can't take 9 from 1, so I've got to borrow. 11 take away 9 is 2. So my answer is 6, remainder 29, which is what most of you sent to me, which is fabulous. All right, the stick gods are torturing Brandon. Brandon, how do I check this? I've got 2 steps to check. What are they? There he is. Hey, Brandon. Oh, Brandon, you're muted. There you go, buddy.
33 times 6.
33 times 6. Perfect. Which I just did right here. Should be 198 unless I messed up. 6 times 8 is 18. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1 makes 19. I said that wrong. All right, Brandon, what do I have to do next?
198 plus 29.
Got it. Plus 29. Okay, so if I add that up, 17, 12, 227. Now, a couple of you sent me a slightly different answer. A couple of you told me that it was 6, remainder 19. And a couple of you told me it was 6, remainder 39. So if that was you, totally fine. But look, if you actually did your check, you would have cut yourself. Because if I took 198 and I added my wrong remainder of 19, what will happen? 9 plus 17, 11. And here I see 217, and what I should see is 227. So if you had the wrong remainder, checking it will hopefully catch your mistake and tell you, hey, wait a second, something went wrong here. Okay? Let's look at our homework for today, and then we're going to do the story, okay? Oh, I almost put my markers in my stick cup. It'll be a good day. In your binder, where your math should be living, because your math should not still be living in your yellow folder. In your binder, it is the next assignment in your binder of the packet that came home to you. It is lesson 21 homework. Lesson 21 homework. Read this down so we have it. Okay, are you ready? Yes, yes, yes. You're either looking at mine or you found yours. Yeah?
I'll be doing some of it.
Okay, here we go. So the directions are pretty simple. Divide, then check using multiplication. So I want to remind you that a part of your points on tonight's homework is going to come from doing that check on the side. Okay, if you forget how to do it, it should be written in your notes. You've got 2 on the front that look exactly like what we were doing in class. There's 1 done here for you in case you brain fart. On the back side, there are 4 more. I want to focus our attention for just a second on F. Okay, when you look at F, it's different from what we were doing. Well, right now it just looks like a blurry blob. There we go. F is different from what we were just doing in class because it only has 1 number on the outside. I don't want you to freak out. This is basically what we were doing yesterday. Okay, you can even use your times table on this one. You don't have to make many problems. It's going to look the same as what we were just doing. We're going to have 640 divided by 9. Okay, but on this one, I can use my times table, right? I can look and see how many groups of 9 I can make. I don't have to do a mini problem off to the side. So don't get freaked out by that one. It's going to be okay. And then the last one is like disguised as a word problem, but it's really not very scary. It says how many 84s are in 672. So that's just 672 divided by 84. It's same as the rest of the page. It's just written out in words. Okay. You're going to remember that on all of these, if you want full credit on your homework today, I need to see that little check math problem. Okay. If I were you, I might write it on there, especially on the back, because once I flip to the back, sometimes I forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. So you can just put the word right there so you remember. Okay. Because you don't want me stealing your points just because you forgot to do the check. Ooh, come on, Elmo, you got it. You can do it. No, that's all you can do. All right, everybody good? Everybody knows what I got to do for my math homework tonight? Nothing funky. You guys did a great job today during math. One of our more functional math days after that 22 discs yesterday. All right, should we take a look back at the map? See if any states have changed any colors? I'm gonna look and see real quick before we start reading. All right, let me get rid of my times table because I don't need that. Here we go, let's see. Nope. Still not calling anybody.
Why isn't California a color yet?
Well, Maddie, California, like we talked about, and many other states are the states that you can pretty much, oh, wasn't sharing my screen, was I?
Yeah, you were.
California is one of those states that we should be able to call because it almost always turns blue. But they're not going to call it till they have enough votes to say that they can.
I got a question.
But we're doing.
Where are they doing the election? Like, where are the presidents right now? Are they like in California?
Well, I would imagine that Donald Trump is in Washington, D.C. because they usually go and vote at their polling place, which for Donald Trump is in Washington, D.C. And I actually don't know where Joe Biden lives. Do you, Miss Amanda? Do you know where he's from? No, I don't either. So I don't know that, Braxton. They're probably in their home cities, though, right now, because that's where they would vote from.
Miss Tider.
Yeah.
But I thought this usually we're only doing mail-in ballots. Or
No,
do
you're
you
not,
also go-
we're not. There's no state that is only doing mail-in ballots, Maddie. So Maddie's asking about the ballots that you can mail in or that you can turn in early. They get mailed to your house, and then you can turn them in. That is just it's an option, Maddie. And it's especially an option this year because of coronavirus, because they're trying to keep crowds, down to a minimum.
My parents voted with a mail-in ballot.
Me too.
Me too.
Did you
What?
mail, Miss Amanda? Did you mail yours, or are you voting today?
I don't vote.
No. So yeah, Maddie, it's people's choice. I always do a mail-in ballot because then I have time to sit and read and figure out what I'm doing. Okay, well, we'll check back again at the end of class. I don't know, but we'll definitely look at it tomorrow morning. Okay. All right. I need you to find Mom's Best Friend, the story that we found yesterday. We located it yesterday. We watched that little video yesterday, and I did find the other videos that I had set aside for you. I have no idea where they went yesterday.
Will you play that?
I had to update my Google Chrome, and then there they were.
Will you play the new video that you found? Do you want it to play?
Google says Biden is in Pennsylvania. There you go. Google says that's where he is, Braxton.
Cool.
All right. Maddie, you said you had a question about the story. What was your question?
Oh, my question was that when service dogs have like baby puppies, are the puppies already educated to be service dogs?
So the story's going to talk a lot about that with us, Maddie. So hang on to that, and we'll see if the question is answered, and if not, we will we'll talk about it when we get there. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna share my Elmo with you so you can see my story, but I want you to make sure you have yours in front of you so you aren't trying to read tiny print on a phone or whatever it is you're looking at. All right, let's see if I can zoom in. Now, we talked a little bit about the story yesterday, and we talked about the basic plot, which is that the mom in the story is blind. And she has had a seeing eye dog named Merritt, there's her name, for a long time. Remember the lady in the little video we watched yesterday said that the dog that she had, that was her second dog guide. And she had had her first one for 9 years, she said, and then she got this one.
I have a question.
What'd you say, Maddie?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So when the lady that was in the video, did she have her dog for 9 years, and is that when it died, or did she have her dog for 9 years until it got old and was blind?
I don't know. I don't know that answer. I don't know. Somebody asked yesterday in the chat, I think it might have been Jonathan. He asked why her eyes were open. Was that you, Jonathan? Or was it somebody else? Oh, it was Wyatt. Sorry, Wyatt. And Wyatt, that's an important thing to discuss too. A lot of the time when you see a person who's blind, you might see them wearing dark glasses, like dark sunglasses. If we turn, we'll see a picture of the mom with sunglasses on. They're not wearing those sunglasses for themselves, you guys. They're actually wearing those sunglasses for you, because sometimes people who are blind, they have something about their eyes or their face that looks different. And as humans, whenever we see something that looks different about somebody, we're kind of drawn to look at it again. You guys know what I'm talking about? If you see somebody out and about who has something about their body that is different from most people, you find yourself kind of looking at that person and just like, wait, what's going on with that person's arm? Or what's going on with that person's foot? You know what I'm talking about? Hands up, head nods, smiles. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? And then you kind of feel bad because you're an old enough kid that you know you're not supposed to stare at people who look different in some way. And then you're like, oh, I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about, right? Whereas like Wesley's like, what is going on with the blah, blah, blah? And you're like, right? So a lot of the time people who are blind, if they have something about their eyes or their face that looks different from most people, they wear those dark glasses so that you are not distracted or uncomfortable by looking at them. Does that kind of make sense? They're really kind of doing it for you. Also for them, because they don't want you to sit there and stare at them. But that's kind of usually why people are wearing those glasses. Now, some people who are blind, like the lady who was in the video yesterday, there really wasn't anything about her face or her eyes that looked different. Whatever was making her eyes not work was on the inside, right? Jonathan, need your attention this way. I've had to ask for it a lot today. Sometimes people can't see because something has happened to their actual eyes. Maybe they were in an accident, or maybe they had some kind of problem happen with their eyes. But sometimes people can't see because of something that has happened on the inside of their eyes. There's something inside their eyes that's not working right. And if that's the case, they might not wear glasses at all because their eyes are not going to be distracting to anybody. Okay? That answered that question, Wyatt? Okay. So I don't remember why mom is blind. I can't remember if the story tells us or not, which is silly because I've read this story a lot, but we'll see if we remember. The story is told from the little girl's perspective, the daughter. She's the one lying here on the mom's lap. And I can't remember her name right now either. I'm a failure. I do remember her brother's name because it's right here on this page. It's Hoel. So this story is told from the little girl's perspective. How do you think the family feels at the beginning? Merritt has died and they're supposed to get a new guide dog. How do you think that makes them feel? It's a pretty easy question. Come on,
Sad.
I see your hand. What do you think?
They feel horrible.
Yeah. If your dog died, which may have sadly happened to us, we feel very sad, right? Christian, you just had an emergency with your dog this week, right? If anything had happened, you were going to feel very, very sad. But I'm going to say that I'm pretty sure that when this happens for mom, it's even worse. Anybody have an idea of why I might think that? Why do you think, as Montserrat said, why do they feel so horrible? Why is it even worse than if your dog died? Amara, I see your hand. What do you think?
Because she's blind and she needs the dog to help her get around.
Yeah, this isn't just her pet, right? This is her way of getting around. Okay, what else? Anybody have another thought to add to that? Montserrat, I see your hand. What do you think?
Well, she would feel really, really bad, like even worse, because like how Amara said, it's her guide dog and not just a pet, but also when the dog is guiding her, they have a really good bond.
Remember
each
the lady
other.
was talking about that yesterday, about how they have that bond with each other, right? So yeah, this is not just a pet, and I don't want to belittle anybody's pet by saying just a pet. Jonathan, please put away whatever you're doing. Thank you. I am trying to teach, but I don't know what you're doing. Okay. Mid-sentence. So this isn't just a pet, and I don't want to belittle anybody's pet by saying just a pet, because I know when even a goldfish dies, it is a very sad thing for us. But imagine if that person or that animal was bonded to you the way that these animals and humans are. So here we go. We're going to read. I'm going to pull your stick. You got to know where we are. Are you ready? Seatbelts fastened, ready to go. Everybody's awake and functioning. Yes? Okay. The best thing about having a mom who's blind is getting a special dog like Merritt, mom's dog guide. At least that's what my brother Hoel and I used to think. Then 4 months ago, Merritt died, and it became the worst thing. All right? You're thinking in your head, what does she mean right there? I'm going to pull a stick out of my cup, so you got to be ready. What does the little girl mean right there? The best thing about having a mom who's blind is getting a special dog like Merritt. Then 4 months ago, Merritt died, and it became the worst thing. Okay, I'm pulling a stick. You better have an answer for me. Don't stare at me. Don't pretend to be frozen. Are you ready? Amara, I just talked to you. Maddie, what do you think?
She said that because the dog like is smarter than other dogs, I would say.
Okay. Can anybody add to Maddie's? Why do you think it went from being the best thing to being the worst thing? See Montserrat's hand. I've already tortured her twice. Oh, Amara, the sticks really want you to answer this one. They just pulled your stick again. Amara, can you tell us? What do you think?
Because I forgot what I was gonna say. Dang it.
Okay, we still love you. Aaliyah, what do you think? Why did it go from being the best thing to being the worst thing?
Because the dog died.
Okay, the dog died. So it used to be great to have this dog, and now the dog's dead, and now I feel horrible about it. All right, let's go on. My next person to read is Hade. Be ready, Hade, okay? Merritt had been with us since before I was born. Anybody have a pet that's still alive that your parents had before you? Anybody have a pet that's still alive who your family had before they had you? Yeah.
We had a dog. We had a dog that was here before me, but it died last year.
See, that's a long time, right? They've had the dog longer than you guys are old, right? Okay. Merritt had been with us since before I was born. Her death left a big hole in our family. I kept thinking I heard her whimpering for a game of catch. Anytime I left pizza on the counter, I would race back to the rescue, but there was no sneaky dog about to steal it. So anybody who's had an animal die, you may have experienced this where you think that you see them scurry around somewhere where they would normally be, or you think you hear them meowing or barking when they're not there, right? Because your brain is just so used to having them around. Her death left a big hole in our family. Is there a hole like in the ground? Someone dug a hole. Oh shoot, there's a hole. The dog died. What does the author mean here? This is a question from your test. What do you think the author means when the author writes, her death left a big hole in our family? I'm looking for a hand I haven't talked to. Jonathan, what do you think?
It means the family doesn't feel complete.
Can you talk louder, Jonathan?
It means the family doesn't feel complete.
The family doesn't feel complete. I like how you said that. Valeria, I saw your hand. What were you going to tell me? Her death left a big hole in our family.
It's like when they say it left a hole in our heart. It's
Yeah,
like
there's not actually a hole in your heart. Like that's
it's just like when someone's death, you're really sad.
And Jonathan, I like the way you said it's not complete, right? Your family is not complete anymore. Perfect,
And
Dad.
you feel like every time you do something you used to do with them, you remember.
Perfect. Wyatt says heartbroken in the chat. Absolutely. All right, Hade, you're up for my birthday. Hey, Hade, before you go, this rabbit's name is Methuselah. Okay, it's quite a name. All right, Hade, go, girl.
For my birthday, Joel gave me a rabbit. I named it Methuselah. Although it helped me have a soft bunny, I still want to merit.
All right, turn page. Keep going, Hade. You're doing great.
Mom missed her even more. She didn't lose just a sweet furry pet. She lost her favorite way to traveling too. She had her cane again and crept along the sidewalk like a snail. Once she crossed the street, she missed the opposite curb and kept walking toward the traffic. I had to holler to get her onto the sidewalk.
All right, perfect, Hade. I'm going to stop you for just a second. And I do have a little video I want to show you, but I want to explain that last part that Hade just read about when she was crossing the street, okay? Now, we've all been to intersections before where four roads or two roads come together, right? Hold on, this is going to make sense in just a moment. Okay, so we've got a road going this way, we've got a road going this way, right? And they come into an intersection. Okay, we've all seen intersections before because we've all left the house. Now, you guys also know that on the roads, there's also going to be a sidewalk, right? This is my sidewalk. You guys know what a great artist I am. Yep, sidewalk, sidewalk. Okay, sidewalks, yeah? So here comes Mom. If she had her dog guide, she would stop at the corner. You saw the lady on the video yesterday. Oh, Hade, I'm sorry, I still have you spotlighted. You saw the lady on the video yesterday. When she would get to the corner, the dog would sit and wait. Remember how that dog would sit? And if you were looking in the video, you actually saw the dog kind of sit in front of Mom, like blocking her from going out into the traffic, or in front of the lady on the video. So if Mom had her dog guide, she would stop at the corner and her dog guide would guide her across the crosswalk and up onto the other side of the sidewalk. Because that's what dogs do. Even your dog, who's not a guide dog, when you cross the street, most of the time, your dog walks up onto the other side of the sidewalk, right? They don't just like blunder off into the intersection. They walk across the sidewalk. Most dogs, some exceptions. But for Mom, when she has her cane, and we're going to watch a video about this in a second, she takes off from the curb and she starts walking. If she goes just a little bit not straight, she's gonna keep going like that and she's not gonna know that she's left the crosswalk. And when she gets to the other side, she's not gonna find the other side of the sidewalk. Does that make sense?
Is that a crosswalk?
And now here she is in the middle of the road with the cars. That's a car. It's not a lizard, it's a car. And this is not a good space for Mom to be. right? So when she uses her cane, it's harder for her to cross the streets. That's what the little girl is talking about. Now, I have a video for you. We're not going to watch the whole thing. We're just going to watch the beginning of a lady who's talking about the differences between using a cane versus using a dog. Okay, so this video is 18 minutes long. We're only going to just watch the first part. We have time to watch some more later. We'll do that. But for right now, we're just going to watch the beginning. Okay, I'm going to go to it on YouTube so I can make it bigger for you. Here.
The long cane is really useful for detecting obstacles that are in my path. Navigating with the long cane in situations where there are lots of obstacles can really slow down my journey. I have to concentrate on everything my cane touches, which can be mentally exhausting when I'm traveling long distances. Even areas that I know really well can suddenly become challenging due to changes in the type, location, and number of obstacles present.
So when she uses the cane, you guys, the only thing that she's able to do, Daniel, I need your attention. The only thing that she's able to do is use that cane to feel if there's anything in her way. Does that make sense? It's not telling her how many trash cans there are in front. It's not telling her which way to go. It's just, is there anything I'm gonna trip over? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you look at this part right here, you see the ladder up above, how it has that nice red flag on it, so Daniel sees it and doesn't bonk his head. She's not going to see it. Is her cane going to see that?
No.
No. Okay.
Unfortunately, because the cane is designed to be kept on the ground in front of me, it doesn't let me know if there are obstacles in my path that are raised up at head height.
How does she know where her house is?
Significant risk to my safety and can.
What'd you say, Maddie?
How does she know where her house is?
So this, like we talked about yesterday, is going to be somebody, she lives in this neighborhood. So she knows how many driveways to cross. She's counting, making sure that she knows where she is and hopefully not getting lost.
Can really lower my confidence if I contact them. The cane also can't warn me about cars entering or exiting driveways that intersect with the path I'm traveling on.
So now she's going to show you the same route, but with her dog. And I want you to pay attention to how much faster she can move with the dog, and also how the dog is able to look. The dog is going to see where that ladder is up high, and it's going to take her around the ladder. When the dog sees those two garbage cans, instead of going around one garbage can and in and then around like she had to do, the dog's just going to go around both of them.
With my guide dog, Ali, I often don't even realize there are obstacles in my way. Ali guides me around them and chooses the straightest and clearest path of travel. This makes traveling more fluid and much faster. Traveling with a guide dog generally requires much less concentration than traveling with a cane because I don't have to continually contact and interpret everything on my travel route. This means I'm not as tired when I get to my destination. Ali avoids the obstacles at head height that the cane would not be able to detect. He has also been trained to stop for cars that enter and exit driveways in front of me.
Okay, so we can watch some more of her later if we decide
I can use the long cane.
But for that right now, what we needed to see. So when she talks about, when the girl says, where Hade just read for us, she had to use her cane again and crept along the sidewalk like a snail. What does she mean? Like, Wesley likes to pretend to be a snail, and he like puts his head down on the floor and runs it along the floor and says, I'm a snail. Is that what she means? That she's being a snail like Wesley? What does it mean when the author says crept along the sidewalk like a snail? Montserrat?
Like how the girl said she was moving really slowly with the cane. So that's what it means. But the author was kind of saying like how snails move really, really slowly. So that's what he was referring to.
Jonathan, I see your hand. What do you want to say?
How did she post the YouTube video?
Somebody else is filming it for her, obviously, right? But Jonathan, there are lots of YouTube videos where they narrate the whole thing about what's going on for people who are blind to be able to still be able to watch the videos. But yeah, somebody else is filming it for her. So when it says she crept along the sidewalk like a snail, guys, that's a simile. You've heard that word before, I know, because Mr. Glendy teaches it to you. Because it has like in there, it makes it a simile. This is just the author using a more creative way to say, using your cane is slow. You saw that lady, how she had to go around and feel each single thing with her cane. Can you imagine having to walk that way everywhere you went? Ugh. All right, after that, I worried about her running errands. Hold on. There we go. After that, I worried about her running errands by herself. I asked her to go sighted guide, holding Dad, Joel's, or my arm. Sometimes she did, but mostly she used the cane. She didn't want to depend on us or on anybody. When the author says go sighted guide, you guys, what that means is you're literally like holding on to the elbow of somebody who's guiding you. Does that make sense? Yes, you're with me, you're alive? Yes? So if I'm having to hold on to the elbow of somebody else, why do you think she doesn't want to do that? Think inside your very, very smart brain. Why doesn't Mom want to have to hold on to somebody's elbow? Billy, I need your attention this way, please.
I have an answer.
Is that you, Jonathan? Tell me, why do you think Mom doesn't want to do that?
Because if she starts doing that a lot more, she might feel like she's useless.
Okay, I love that word. What else do you guys think? Maddie, I see your hand. What do you think? Why doesn't Mom want to do that?
Because she doesn't want to not be able to go anywhere by herself without anybody.
Would you guys want to have to hold on to somebody everywhere you went? Like, Mom, I have to go to the bathroom. Can you walk me to the bathroom? Mom, would that be very fun?
No.
No, and you're a kid. Imagine if you're a grown-up, right? Does she want to have to hold on to somebody's elbow everywhere she goes? No. So Merritt has passed away. She's stuck with the cane. Okay? Amy's not here. Jonathan, you're going to be next. So get ready. Here we go. A lot of blind people do fine with a cane. It's like a really long arm to help them feel what's around. Walkways, hedges, mailboxes. With a dog guide, blind people use their hearing more than touch. Mom has trained her ears. It's amazing. She can tell when something like a movie marquee is above her head and when she passes a lamppost. She knows from the change in the sound of her footsteps. So yesterday, when the lady missed the entryway, the entrance to wherever she was going, remember you guys were like, how does she know she missed the entrance? But people who use a dog guide, their ears are very, very in tune to the changes in their steps. So she could hear, oh, we passed that entrance. She could hear the entrance to the building. I couldn't do that, but she could. Jonathan, in spite.
In spite of Mom's special hearing, I worry that I was relieved when she decided to go back to the Seeing Eye for a new dog guide. Before Mom left, I told her I would be able to love the new dogs as much as Merritt. Mom hugged me and said, the night before you were born, I wondered how I could love a second child as much as brother. Then you came like magic, and I was just crazy about you.
Okay, I'm going to pick a stick, so I want you thinking. Is everybody ready? You're thinking about the question I'm about to ask. question is, Billy, I need your attention. The question is, what is the little girl worried about right here? What is she worried about? Hey, mom's about to leave to go to the Seeing Eye. We're going to talk about what that looks like. And the mother is worried about something. What is she worried about? Montserrat, you didn't hear me say your name. Montserrat, what do you think? What is it? What is she worried about?
Maybe she's worried that she'll like the other dog better than she did to Merritt.
She's worried mom's gonna like the other dog better?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's worried that mom's gonna like the new dog. Okay, taking another stick. You better have an answer in your head. What? Oh, Leslie, that's her name. Her name is Leslie. What is Leslie worried about? Jose is not with us anymore. Wyatt, what is the little girl worried about? What can you add to Montserrat's answer?
Like she would think, or she is worried about because.
Okay, Jonathan's going to read us that paragraph again, and then I'm going to ask you again, Wyatt, okay? We're listening to Jonathan. He's going to read it to us again. Jonathan, just read from here to here. Okay, listening to Jonathan.
In spite of mom's special hearing, I worried that, I was relieved when she decided to go back to the Seeing Eye for a new dog guide. Before my mom left, I told her I wouldn't be able to love the new dog as much as Merritt. Mom hugged me and said, "The night before you were born, I wondered how I could love a second child as much as your brother. Then you came, and it's like magic. I was just crazy about you."
All right, so what is she worried about, Wyatt? Your dear friend Jonathan just read it to you. So what is she worried about?
She is worried about that her mom is going to like whatever the new dog's name is going to be more than Merritt. And
give me that sentence, Wyatt. What's it say? Right here.
I told her I wouldn't be able to love a new dog as much as Merritt.
So what's she worried about?
That she won't be able to love the new dog as much as Merritt.
All right, just took 3 times 3. We got it. So she's worried that she's not going to like the new dog. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, if your dog died and then your mom ran out and got a new dog, yeah, you'd be really excited about the new dog, but you'd also be a little bit like, but I kind of miss the other one, right? I kind of like Honey, right, Maddie?
Yeah, we didn't get Honey till like 6 months later after.
Your heart needs a little time to heal, right? Like Montserrat was saying, it's like there's a hole in your heart, right? It needs a little time to heal up. So she's worried she's not going to like this new dog. Okay, next question. You're thinking of an answer. Are you ready? Show me you're ready. Use your eyeball, brains. Everybody's ready. I need Montserrat. I need Wyatt. I need Hade. Attention this way. Here we go. Are you ready? The question is, how does mom make her feel better?
Oh, I know.
Tell her. If you don't know, it's right there on the screen. You got to read it. What does mom tell her to try to make her feel better? Christian, I see your hand. What does mom tell her?
Mom says, "The night before you were born, I wonder how I can love a second child as much as your brother. Then you came, and like magic, I was just as crazy about you."
Okay, so this girl Leslie, she has an older brother named Joel, and her mom basically just told her, hey, before you were born, I didn't think I'd like you as much as your brother. But then, of course, she says, but then you were born, and I love you just as much. And I have to say, you guys, before Wesley was born, I didn't think I could possibly love a kid as much as I love Rory, but I was wrong. As soon as he was born, I was like, oh, wait, just kidding. That's as far as we're going to read today. I have to tell you a good story, though. Are you ready? Something very exciting is happening today. In my world. It may not be exciting for you, but I'm going to show you pictures of it tomorrow. Wesley gets to start gymnastics today, which is very exciting for him because he's been dragged to watch Rory go to gymnastics for like 3 years.
Wesley? Really?
He's like, I want to do gymnastics. I want to do gymnastics. So he finally gets to go. We'll see if he actually does anything. He might just stand there with angry crossed arms and pout in the corner, which is entirely possible. We'll see. I'll send you pictures either way. I'll show them to you tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's get our planners done before Mr. Michael logs on, okay? So we just get out our planners, get everything written down for today, and then get to talk with Mr. Michael. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what I am doing.
Miss Tanner, what's the point of writing in our planners?
So you can't tell me you didn't know what you had to do today?
I don't like writing in my planner.
It's so hard to write down those 4 things.
It is so hard to write down those 4 things.
Yeah, no, the main reason is so if you go, but Mom, I didn't know what my homework was, I can say, well, that's interesting because we wrote it in our planners. All right, so here we go. We've got 4 things to turn in today. 4.
Math.
The things we have to get done today.
Journal.
Journal. Journal. What else has to get done today?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter chapter 7. Okay, what else? Harry Potter chapter 11. Math, I heard. Math lesson 21. All right, what else?
PE.
PE. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, what do you want to tell me, Montserrat?
Never mind, you already had it on there. I didn't see it.
Okay. I'm going to write things we did today. We had 19 people turn in their work. Okay, what else did we do today?
We looked at how many votes the president had, and then we did math, and we also read a book.
Let's go see if anybody's changed any colors. Not yet, you guys. Maybe I have to refresh it. I don't know if it's a website that refreshes on its own or not.
Aww.
I'm going to have that map on all day today.
Is it on the news too?
Yeah, or you can look at it on your phone. All right. But
You
like,
can also look on it on the news.
like we said with Jonathan, though, you want to be careful about what people are telling you on the news, right? You want to use your very smart, educated brain, right? And think about what did Miss Tanner say about that?
Yeah, Miss Tanner, the chart.
Until later.
But Miss Tanner, this morning when my grandpa turned on the news, I saw the chart.
Yeah. And you're going to listen to people talk all the time. People are like, well, I think this state's going to go to so-and-so because blah, 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 blah. And I think this state's going to go to so-and-so. And nobody's going to do it until they count the votes. So you just kind of have to go, okay, Mr. Man or Miss Lady on the TV. Okay, I just want to see votes. All right. So we did our
That's bad. My dad doesn't have the TV on the news, right?
election. Update? We'll go with update. Okay, we did math today. For math, we did bigger division. Hey, Mr. Michael.
What's up?
Bigger. We're almost done. Trying to get my
no worries.
you on Tuesdays. Bigger division. And we read some of Mom's Best Friend. Right. Reminders for tomorrow. We do have
Collared shirt.
tomorrow because it's Wednesday.
I'll wear my other collared shirt tomorrow because I'm also wearing a collared shirt today.
College shirts tomorrow. And we've also got, remember that we will take a look at the election results. So if you see things on the TV and on the internet today, we'll talk it through tomorrow. Remembering that we're not going to announce or anything like that. Okay? All right. Mr. Michael, do you need me to make you host or co-host, Mr. Michael?
Co-host is fine.
Co-host.
Thank you.
Host if you want. All right, I'm gonna make you co-host. I'm gonna unspotlight me so they can see you. There you go, Mr. Michael.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. All right, 5th grade. What's going on? Let's just start. Let me get a quick survey of how everyone's doing today. Let me see a thumbs up. You're doing well. Middle, so, down, tired. Okay, want the day to go. Ooh, no down yet. Okay, a couple of you guys, maybe. But I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up, some in the middle, right? Remember some techniques you guys can use, right? Like drink water, work out, listen to some good music, right? Talk to somebody, okay? If you're feeling down, always use those skills. It's always important, right? It's normal to feel that way. I had a down day yesterday. I'm feeling a lot better today. So today is a new day, all right? But today I'm going to change up my lesson. I had something planned, but I'll just raise a hand. Who got the call or email last night that we're coming back to school in 2 weeks? All right, awesome. I'm seeing hands up. If this is the first time you're hearing it, we're coming back in 2 weeks for the hybrid model, right? Okay. Again, just keep your hand up if you are returning to campus. Let me see who's coming back to campus. All right, fantastic. It's looking like everyone that I can see. Okay, that's awesome. I can't wait to finally meet you guys in person and be with you guys, right? And do some normal stuff. Okay, so, but I want to take today's time to kind of open it up for some questions for you guys, right? Kind of hear from you. It's been a long time coming, right? We've been doing distance learning for a long time now. So I want to start this off by, let me just ask you guys, what are some positive things that you're looking forward to for coming back to school in 2 weeks? What's something you're looking forward to? Anybody? Let's see, Montserrat.
Being in the classroom with Miss Tanner for reals.
All right, right. Being with your teacher in the classroom. That's awesome. That's something definitely positive that we want to look forward to. All right, what's something else you guys are looking forward to coming back to school? Braxton.
Kind of the same, but like seeing the classroom for like the first time.
It's gonna be your first time in your 5th grade classroom, right? That's huge. That's awesome, man. Right? Thank you for sharing that, Braxton. That's super positive. All right, Christian.
Getting to see your friends.
Getting to see friends. My goodness, right? Get to see our friends finally. Okay, that's awesome, Christian. That's super positive. Something definitely to look forward to. All right. Those are great things that I'm glad to hear you guys are feeling positive about, right? Excited for. You should be, right? Okay, now that we finally got a plan in place where we can be safe and still, do things in person and make sure, we're still having fun while we're doing it. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about, right, is just some things that are going to look different at school, right? It's good that we're coming back in a safe environment, right? Because like you said, we're going to be able to learn. We're going to be able to be with our friends. We're actually going to be able to be in our own classroom, right? And be at the school. But I want you guys to just be as open, as honest as I can with you guys about things that are going to look a lot different, right? Okay. So the first thing that is we're all going to have a mask, right? We're all going to have to wear a mask. Everybody just raise a hand. You guys have a mask at home? Okay. Perfect. Right. Okay. I encourage you, if you haven't been wearing it, you're not used to it, start trying it out now. Make sure you don't have anything in it that's poking your face, like that's going to bug you, right? Like that you could breathe out of it properly for a long time, okay? Because those are the little things you don't really think of. Like if you bought a new mask and you're just waiting to wear it for the first day when we come back to school, like you want to try it out, okay? I've been doing the same thing. Next week, I'm going to wear mine during my Zooms just to kind of get used to it for wearing it for long periods of time, okay? But that's going to be a huge thing about keeping us safe and something that we all have to do, okay? If you guys don't have a mask, email me, call my phone, text my phone, right? Your parents have my number, and let me help you get one, okay? All right? So the next thing, right, I want to bring up is something that's going to be new and just kind of odd at first is we're going to get our temperatures checked every time we come to school, right? And again, that's all about safety. Our number one concern is making sure we keep everyone safe, okay? So that's parents, adults and teachers included, right? We're going to get our temperatures checked, okay? So we're all in it together, right? It's just going to seem kind of odd. So I just want you guys to be aware of that, right? The next thing I want to bring up is if your temperature is higher than 100.4, we're going to ask you guys to go home, right? And that's not because we want you to go home, okay? And it's going to feel like that sometimes, like, oh, they don't want me to come to school. But no, it's because we want to keep you safe and everyone else safe, right? And again, that goes for teachers. If I take my temperature in the morning and I'm over that, right? That doesn't necessarily mean I'm sick, but it's one of those cues that they don't want me to come to school and I might have to work from home that day, right? So we're all in it together, okay? So I want you guys to remember that. Don't feel like rejected or that we're pushing you guys away. It's just the new normal that we're going to be doing to make sure everyone's safe, okay? Right? Who here takes the bus to school? Anybody? We got some bus students, right? Okay, I had to take the bus when I was in school too, right? Same thing. Before you get on the bus, they're going to check your temperature, right? Okay, so just be used to it, right? You know, okay, cool. We're just making sure everyone's safe, right? And same thing. If your temperature is too high, they're going to say, hey, we're going to have to send you home. Okay. And again, I just want you to remember that's okay. We can still learn from home and do distance learning. We've learned that out now and we figured it out, right? But again, that's just to keep us all safe. All right. So the next thing I want to bring up is social distancing, right? We've all kind of heard that 6 feet apart, right? I've been using the concept of my personal bubble, right? I'm sure you guys have probably heard that before. Now we're just extending our personal bubble 6 feet, right? Which is normal in a sense sometimes because we don't like people super close to us, right? At least myself included, okay? But now we just need to make sure we have that personal bubble, right? One of the first things we talked about with you guys in the class setting was we talked about respect. You guys remember that? Give me a thumbs up if you remember talking about respect, right? I'm seeing thumbs up. Fantastic. I want to hear from you guys. If someone's getting too close to you and they're in your 6 foot bubble, how can we respectfully tell them to back up? Right? What are some ways or words that we could use to ask somebody to get out of our personal space? Let's hear from somebody. Somebody help us out today. Ooh, you guys are going to ask me to call on somebody? Let's see. Ooh, oh, Montserrat taking one for the team. All right, thank you.
Maybe you could say like, excuse me, I just want to be a little apart because I don't want to get sick. Like ask them politely.
Right? Perfect. Ask politely, right? So using please, right? Okay, can you please back up, right? Daniel typed in the chat. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel also said, can you move, please? Right? Just simply throwing in that kind word of please, right? Like, can you give me my space, please? Right? That's fine. That's perfect. As long as we can throw in that kind word, but we want to remember, we want to respect people, right? That happens sometimes. We don't want to be like, hey, dude, get the heck away from me, right? Like, I don't want your germs. Like, that's not cool, right? We don't want to treat people like that. We're all in it together. So we still want to be respectful and be able to use those kind words with one another, okay? Also, I want to tell my students, it's important, let adults know too. If an adult's coming too close to you and you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to be like, hey, can you please like give me a couple more feet, right? Like, we're going to need help remembering from our students as well, right? I like to be next to the student's desk, like, you know, down there trying to help you guys out. But if that's something you're not comfortable with, you got to speak up because it's so natural for us as adults and teachers to kind of want to be close to you when we're helping you with schoolwork, right? Which is fine if we have our mask on or our face shield. But if you're uncomfortable with it, like I said, I want you guys to speak up and let us know, okay? So that's super important. The next thing I want to talk about is, let's see, new school norms, okay? So the two biggest things I want to talk about with new school norms is recess time and lunchtime, right? Those are big social times for you guys, especially in 5th grade. Time you get to hang out with your friends, talk to your friends, be out on the playground. Those are 2 times that are going to look a lot different for us when we come back to school, right? We're not going to have tether balls up. We're not going to have balls on the playground during recess time, okay? And again, that's all for safety problems, right? That's all what health professionals are telling us. This is what we need to do to be safe at school, right? So it's going to look a lot different. And it's going to be hard for a lot of us, right? Because we like to do those things at recess time. But I want you guys to remember, it's important to express those feelings to our teachers and to our adults at school, right? Because we're doing our very best to be creative and think of new ideas that we can be interactive with you guys and still allow you guys to get your energy out in a positive way, right? But at the most important part of being safe, right? Okay. So I just want you guys to be aware of these kind of things because it's going to happen the first day we come back to school, right? We're all going to have this excitement and all these things, but I want you to be prepared for these major changes that we have to take to make sure everyone's safe. Okay. Also in the lunchroom, I know in the past, everyone used to have lunch together, right? We're splitting it up into 2 groups now. Some people might be eating at lunch. If the weather's good, we're going to have assigned seats in the lunchroom, right? Where people are spaced out, okay, to make sure everyone's staying safe. We're going to have some extra staff in there to make sure we're sanitizing between lunches, okay, and making sure everything's clean for you guys. So that's something, again, you know, if an adult asks you, hey, you guys need to separate a little bit more, you know, make sure you guys are 6 feet apart. Again, don't take it as an attack or like we're trying to tell you guys what to do. We're just trying to make sure everyone stays safe, okay? Right, and in a respectful way, okay? Now, I just want to see, is there any questions? What do you guys, maybe some challenges you guys see coming back to school or just any question you have about us coming back to a hybrid model? Do you guys have any questions of things that might look different or things you're maybe concerned about or curious? What's up, Miss Tyler?
We spent some time talking about this earlier this week, so I don't want you to be personally offended.
Oh, that's cool. I'm not at all, right? I'm glad, okay? And the reason I changed today too, because I know a lot of teachers are talking to you guys about stuff, but it's just going to be repetitive, right? We want to really sink it into your guys' head because we want to make sure everyone stays safe, right? That's important, but we want to make sure you guys still have fun and still learn at school too, okay? So I want to be as transparent as possible with you guys to let you know what we're doing and what we can do to hopefully, you know, make things still fun at school. And that's going to be a huge part from you guys. You guys throwing ideas to us, things that maybe we don't even think of, right? Or we're blocked off, and we're going to do our best to try to make it happen, right? As long as we can keep it safe. Okay. So,
about yesterday in our staff meeting was what you guys would like to play at recess, which is tricky because it can't be anything that gets shared back and forth. So if that's something that you guys can think about, we've come up with jump ropes and like coloring stuff. What else have we come up with, Mr. Michael?
At that point, it's kind of where it's at right now.
We talked about chalk, like sidewalk chalk and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of art stuff.
Are there other things you guys can think of?
But isn't there like some sports like where you don't need to use your hands? Like,
and Braxton, Mr. Seaver's working on that for PE and stuff. We were talking about that yesterday. Like, if everyone had their own basketball, couldn't we shoot hoops? If everyone had their own soccer ball, couldn't we do something with, you know, that kind of stuff, Braxton? So we are definitely working on that, but we can't do it at recess. It would be during PE.
Yeah, it's got to be structured. That's a great idea, Braxton. But like we said, we got to make sure that we're not having balls cross people and then you're getting close playing soccer, like bumping kids, right? Like, because that's physical sport, things like that. So that's a great idea. That's things we're talking about and seeing what we can do still to keep everything sanitized and safe for you guys. So I'm sure once we get back to school, we'll start to get a more clear picture of what we can and can't do, right? What's actually feasible, right, for us to do, and what are things that just not going to work, right? It's kind of just how we started distance learning, right? We learned as we go. You guys helped us learn a lot, right? We helped, you know, ourselves learn just by a lot of research and talking to other people. Okay, so it's going to be that same process. So I just want you guys to be, you know, again, mindful of that, right? And patient with it. Okay. But most importantly, I want you guys to speak up, right? If something's bugging you at school too, and you're just like, this sucks, we can't do this, let's talk about it, right? Like that's the point I come into your class, and I like to have these conversations, because other times you have to do things in class, right? You got to get these fundamentals in, but a perfect time for that is when I come in, right? I have things planned for you guys, but if you got something you want to talk about, this is the space to talk about it too, right? And again, your teachers always make the time for you guys as well. But remember those things, right? We learn from you guys just as much as we try to teach you, right? We get back from you guys, okay? So the last thing I want to leave you guys with today, right, is just a song that I found. If you don't know, my favorite type of music is hip hop, rap, right? I love the beats. I love to dance to it, okay? So this song has a lot of good skills that we got to remember coming back to school, right? Keeping sanitized, wearing our face masks, cleaning off our desks, okay? So I'm going to encourage everybody, get up out of your seats, right? We're fifth graders. Come on. Let's see some cool dance moves today, right? We're going to get loose to this song. We're going to get grooving to it. I personally love the song. I just found it this morning because I just changed my lesson for you guys. So I want to see people up, moving, right? Try to sing along if you can. It's catchy. I love it, right? You'll see me doing some dance moves that I came up with that I think are cool, and you guys can be the judge of that, all right? So let's make sure your volume's up so you guys can hear it. I'll share it here. All right.
Wash your hands. Wipe your desk. Keep a schedule and do your best. My space, your space, mask on my face. It's what we do to keep everyone safe. Cough in your elbow and sneeze there too. Don't touch your face because we care about you. You need to stay at home if you don't feel good. Make sure you see your doctor when you know you should. Well Star gets you ready for school. At home or in person, stay safe and be cool. Say, wash your hands, wipe your desk, keep a schedule and do your best. My space, your space, mask on my face. It's what we do to keep everyone safe. Cough in your elbow and sneeze there too. Don't touch your face because we care about you. At school or at home, please sanitize. Don't forget to keep it clean and use your wipes. If school's online, then stay on track. And remember to sing this back to school Wellstar rap. Say, wash your hands, wipe your desk, keep a schedule and do your best. My space, your space, mask on my face. It's what we do to keep everyone safe. Cough in your elbow and sneeze there too. Don't touch your face because we care about you. If school's online, then stay on track. And remember to sing this back to school Wellstar rap.
All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that song, right? I love the beat to it. I love that they made it into a cool rap. Things that are all important, right, for us coming back to school. I love using songs to remember things, right? Wearing our masks. We got to constantly wash our hands, right? We don't want to touch our face. All these things are going to be super important for us to remember coming back, and hopefully we can have some fun remembering these rules, right? And really ingraining them in our heads so we can stay safe while we're together at school. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you as always for letting me spend time with you. I can't wait to finally meet you guys all in person, right? Okay. Hopefully you guys can recognize me when I have my mask on. Okay. It says school counselor on it. It's got a smiley face. Okay. Freaked people out last time. They didn't know who I was. So, but I'm super excited to have you guys back if you say, all right. Thank you, Ms. Steiner, for having me. All right. I'll see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. I will see you tomorrow, or I'll see you in office hours if you would like help with your math. Okay?
Okay.
Bye.